Just so notification coming from Instagram.
Ain't nothing changed but my level. I been fucking up the game on the regular. She ain't fucking with you lames cause you regular. Ain't nothing gonna change but my level. Ain't nothing changed but my level. I been fucking up the game on the regular. She ain't fucking with you lames cause you regular. I been fucking up the game on the regular.
Ooh, yeah, I've been posted on the counter, from Philly to New York to California.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Cover Level Podcast here at Studio 206. We are in the building. Guess who's back? Ha, ha. Is all you got to say is ha. The Queen has spoken.
Yes, ma'am.
Sound like Rick Ross or something.
Yeah,
Ha.
my boy.
None other than the Mogul Queen herself, JERNICA QUINONES.
What's going on, y'all?
That's right. Today we're talking about some healthy stuff, and it's Thirsty Thursday. We got a couple thirsty stories too for you guys. Got FIRENATION Flames in the building.
What's good?
Fire.
Yes, girl.
No, I got one. It's red, black, and white, just like that.
We gotta have a moment.
Yeah, I got.
We gotta have to coordinate that.
Carmen's in the building.
Got baby Carmen.
Hey,
That's
Carmen.
right. And we got Fred going legit up in
Fred.
here.
Let's go, Fred.
What's going on, y'all?
He don't win.
Working hard every day. Trying to overcome
As long as you staying healthy.
failure.
Booked and busy, baby.
Long,
Booked and
long,
busy.
long as you staying healthy, right?
I'm always helping.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing because your health is the center of your life.
Absolutely.
Every part of your life relies on you having good health. You can't climb higher in all the other 7 areas of your life if you don't have enough physical energy to devote to each of them.
Facts.
So it all determines on how you value your health. I'm not the most healthiest person. That's why we're doing this stuff. But it's several different considerations for living a healthy lifestyle. And, which is healthy diet, exercise, treat your body well, take mental health breaks. Oh, my battery's low. Okay. And nurture your relationships. See, that plug is not working. So, being happy doesn't just make you feel better, your health makes you happy. So we're going to turn it over to JERNICA, and she's going to let you know her contributions to the healthy world, or whatever you want to call it.
My contribution to the
Where's
healthy
the black
world is having a healthy
Where
mindset.
is it?
So, having a healthy mindset
My computer
starts
is
with,
about to die.
of course, the renewing of the mind. We have to understand that the mindset leads to the physical assets, right?
Crazy.
So let's do that. If you don't have a renewing of the mind
Yes.
and a good mindset, then how are you able to take care of yourself physically to overall have great health? And so it starts basically with the temple. I myself, y'all already know, is Mogul Queen. I am a special needs advocate in the city of Camden. Well, international special needs advocate. I've helped all around. Yeah, all around. Y'all know who I be.
She more than local, baby. More than local.
More than local. Yeah, more than local. But y'all already know that. Y'all already know that.
Yes.
But I'm gonna catch y'all up if y'all didn't know that part. Also, I do trauma informed care in the educational setting. I also go after laws, policies, and procedures inside the educational setting. Make sure that the students are covered. Those who are facing trauma every single day in their environment. Then when they go into the educational setting, they understand that education is important because if not, it'll lead pipeline to prison. And that part right there is also a part of your mindset. How do you stay physically fit and healthy is, of course, having education. So overall, just advocating and fighting this good fight out here, every single day, every single day.
Every guy. It's
a
hard.
fight. It's an uphill battle because we have to target the parents where it starts at. Starts at home. That education, learning life skills starts at home. That's where 9/10 of the possession law starts at the house. The school just puts the cherry on top and tells you how to be a pretty good citizen and how to operate in society, which is normally being a good employee. But we're not going to go all into that. But it starts from the home. It's getting to the parents, getting them educated, like she said, so they know how to function in their parental duality, and then be a good representation and guiding force for the kids that are watching them, constantly emulating and constantly impressioned by their parents' character.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I believe it starts in the household. But the household, the children are very, very, very low percentage in the household. Like it's just literally like wake up. You know what I'm saying? The structure is there. But if the structure and the foundation of the family dynamics in the home doesn't meet the criteria of the community, how can you thrive inside your community and be in an educational setting? So I got tired of people saying it's the parents. But did anybody take out time to tell a parent how to be a parent? No. So I had to go ahead and step up and say, you know what, I'll be the one. Let's hold town hall meetings then. Let's educate the parents on how to be a parent. What parent are you looking for? What parent are you looking to model for these children? If you're looking for a certain parent, then let's educate the parent on how to be a certain parent. Because if not, or the poverty, the oppression, the ghetto, the crime, the basically everything that's inside the community is what's going to come out inside every household, which is in every household. The singleness of the women taking care of the household, the men running the streets, looking at the household, seeing their children grow up from a distance. Yeah, so we're going to blame parents. As a man, I think that it starts with being a mentor and start to say, I'm not even going to be a mentor first to my children. I'm going to be a model to other men, because I need to bring other men back to the household so we can start bringing structure. And then it starts at home. Like the woman can leave the house and the foundation of the home still can be strong. But if the man leaves the house, the foundation of the home may not stand.
Well, in order for that to work,
so
in real time,
how you want the kids to be educated?
In order for that to work in real time,
we
have to change the law. We have to change the institutions, because the institutions incentivize the man leaving the home on behalf of the woman. Right? The system incentivizes a woman to say, "Hey, look, I got this house comes from my situation or whatever." And you live with me under my roof. And the law, the way the system is all set up, especially the institutions, I don't want to say yes, but we know what the institutions I'm talking about. They have a credence that's based on a woman raising her children and living in that dwelling without the man being available.
I kind of disagree, because the law is the law, right? It was for the people, made by the people, right? But the law, the law withholds itself, right? But I feel like it's healthy communication. What did you know was going to go in that household before you stood foot in there? Did you marry her? Did y'all have a strong foundation? Did y'all talk about, if this doesn't work, what's going to happen with the household? You know what I'm saying? What the laws entail, what y'all do within the divorce. When it comes to your children, did you even have full custody of your child before y'all left out? Or, did y'all have that in the household? Did y'all talk about all that? Most of the time, people don't talk. They just hook up. And then when they break up, then it was the women. The women got all the rights. The women got this. The women got that. Well, yeah, you knew that before you got involved. You knew that it was already in there. It's already there. The same way we know that. Because we already knew the man was going to leave too.
Right. A man's concern is not a societal need. Society don't give a shit about what a man feels or what a man wants, because he's about what a woman feels and a woman wants. That's why the fucking system caters to a woman.
Well,
let me say this.
Come on.
The system, we gotta think about the system, the judiciary system. People that work in that court system need to have jobs.
I know all about it.
Right. So they need to have jobs. So what is their best interest? Their best interest is to ensure that them prisons keep 85% of the men in fucking prison. That keeps the jobs open, right? That keeps the system working, their pensions, and keeps their jobs, right? So that's why it's in their best interest to ensure that them boys and them girls go to the parent or awarded to the parent 90%. That's the statistic. The statistic is 90%. There's a 10% deficit. It's 90%. It doesn't change. I don't care what your feelings are. You can have feelings about one thing, but the number says one thing, and that says that we got fucking jobs. I want to retire with a pension, and because I don't give a shit about what's going on with you or what you're doing, that boy's got to go with his mom. Because it increases the chance of him becoming a behavior health system in the school system and then going straight into that pipeline you just mentioned. That's how it works.
Well,
It's job security.
Statistically, I was going off of statistics.
It's
I
designed
was
for us
ready.
to
Go
fail.
ahead. Look,
I don't think it's designed to fail. I think that we design ourselves to fail because listen, we all the public, the information is right there. Yeah, the mindset tells you all the information right there. You knew the laws right there. The 504, plans, the pensions, the 401ks, they're available to anybody. You can literally legit get a 401k and don't even have a job right now. You can have life insurance and have a 401k, but are you educating your family to know that?
That's not how
Are you educating? But then the man can go ahead and literally leave one household and start another household. And that's within the law, but that's okay. But if the woman withstands herself up and say, this in this house, we're not doing all this jumping around. You're not going to be doing domestics in here. You're not going to be verbally abusive. You're not going to be manipulative. You're not going to be all this in here.
Yeah.
Now, that's kind of like wrong because we're like trying to build a foundation that we don't want our children to see in that household, which is brings a lot of trauma, but it don't make it right to go out into the street and commit a crime. You knew you was going to commit a crime. You're going to go to jail. Why do it?
Let me say this.
Free rights.
I need to know to what standard of man are you talking about? So I'm talking to
every man.
A small demographic of boys.
No demographics
and
here.
men's clothing. So we're talking about so we're saying
it's
all men. So we're saying all men abandon.
Not all men. I'm telling you that.
So what men are you talking? Because I don't feel like I can connect with type of men
you said the statistic. So when they went to statistic, you said the statistic of a man leaving the household is based off of the women's rights. So I included that. But what I'm talking about is the overall man. Every man, woman, and child, given the constitutional laws and the rights, whatever which way you break it down, is literally free public information. If you don't go ahead and bring your mindset to understand it, then you will fall to the system.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Off topic.
Your whole family could fall to the system.
Let me ask all the women in sidebar. If you had $1 million, what would you do with $1 million right now?
If I had $1 million?
Yeah, what would you do with $1 million cash right now? What would you do?
Buy land.
Buy land?
Yeah.
You're buy land, what would you do on that land?
What would I do with that land? I would grow my own crops. I would definitely be getting those hay barrels are $40,000. Like I've been learning a lot about just agricultural stuff. So for me, I would really invest it into something that I know is going to flourish. Right now, you got to think about it. The banks, the government, like you said, the banks, the government, all this stuff is corrupt.
Well, what is that?
So I need to make sure my legacy
mankind?
for my people is set.
Hold on, wait,
I buy land, I grow a whole lot of crops and everything else, and then I would get that hay.
All right. So what would you do with $1 million cash right now?
Everything clean.
$1 million cash. You ain't got to pay
Just
no
our
taxes.
regular
You
Michelle.
don't got to do shit with it. You
Lovely
just got to cash the money, and the government says,
Love you.
When you spend your cash, you can buy that car. We won't even tax you for it. What would you do with $1 million cash?
I will invest in my family.
Okay. All right. Great answer.
I have 6 children. Let's do it. Everybody has a business. Everybody multiplies the businesses. Every business multiplies those businesses. And then I have created more than generational wealth. I have created a foundation of generation of wealth.
Gotcha. What would you do with $1 million cash?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I will probably move somewhere that would be comfortable, where I could, just move around the way I do. And I would probably see what money I could invest and donate into, humanity, bring back some changes. Mostly, I probably would invest in some real stop the violence type stuff, because like the violence is really getting crazy, and seems like no one has a solution. You know, I have some ideas, but I don't think nobody will listen to me. But with money, they might.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm happy
I
with that.
asked that question for a reason, because if you ask most women what they would do with the cash, they talk about what they do for themselves, what they would do for profit, and what they would do for their children. It's never really about the family at large. If you ask me what I would do with $1 million right now, I would get my mom a house. I'll buy my fucking stepfather a nice car. I'll buy my daughter a new car, and then I'll put the rest towards. I probably put a whole $500,000 towards what me and my brother have going on.
Now you know.
But listen, no. What I'm saying
I'm
is,
gonna say one sentence.
I'm not
He
gonna
said
say.
everybody in
I
the
give you the
family is
floor.
going to get a piece.
Right.
That's it.
That's yeah.
Keep going.
But initially, what I'm trying to say is,
Take a breath.
9 times out of 10, most women would procure themselves and their children if they consider their children as a part of their position in bettering themselves, right? But a man always thinks about his family first. A man always listen.
Okay.
A man. Now
All
we
right,
talking about
let me
boys.
know
We're
when
not
you
talking about
get- let
boys
me
who
know
have
when
the
you get
titty
finished.
complex.
And then
We're
I'll
not
see
talking
that.
about boys. Listen.
And then
We're not
I'll
talking about-
speak as the woman
Listen,
that
we're not talking about
will
boys
take
for the
care
titty
of her
complex. We're
family.
talking about real men who's raised under men who fucking don't give a shit
All
about
right, we get
feelings, right? They don't care about feelings. It's all about thought and it's all about action, no feelings. I don't
We
feel like
understand.
I don't feel feelings.
We understand.
It's about what we thinking and about how we're executing. That's it. We're
Well,
talking
this
about
is
that kind of
it.
man.
This is it for the woman. I get so much. You speak on, you know, the woman take care of this and her kids and all this stuff. Okay? My kids is flesh of my flesh, okay? Came up out of here. All right? You understand what I'm saying? So anything that I get, they will be the first ones to get a piece.
All right, and how does
You
that
understand
benefit? How does that
over
benefit?
men. The
Yeah.
reason is because I had to struggle many years. It's been some years that I hadn't a man. You know what I mean? May have not been or have not been their fathers. You understand what I'm saying? But I struggled all those years to take care of these kids. Flesh of my flesh.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, I'm going to look at them first and foremost before I look at a man who has abandoned me. Because if a man even thinks one iota the way that you think, he would have stood there. He would have stayed.
I think it all comes down to education of the mindset.
Stayed.
If the
Okay?
mindset is
He would've
healthy,
stayed.
like we talking about, if the mindset is
You
healthy,
can't walk
everything
away.
can be done.
You can't walk away from 15 or 20, pardon my French, bitches and think that you're gonna have a stable family. That one thing you will never have as a man. A man will never have a stable woman and never have a stable family because he walked away from the first one, his firstborn son.
But that's a misconception.
But there's,
His
I think there's
firstborn
misconceptions in
son.
both statements. To be
It's
honest,
not a misconception.
From my opinion,
It's
why?
experience.
Because
It's
you're
experience.
saying that a woman's going to what? Go straight to her kids. That's
Yes.
what you're saying.
Most-
Like, wait,
I got money.
Wait,
We struggled for 30 years.
I want to
got
clarify.
money.
I understand. Wait,
Jenny.
You got me. I ain't
Breathe
sitting
and release,
down.
Jenny.
What you gonna tell your kids?
I just want to know, like, you're
Listen.
saying that a woman is directly.
Blessing gonna have 15 pairs of red sneakers.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking. You're saying men.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I understand.
Yeah, because you're there every single day to see what they eat.
Because we're morally obligated to provide and secure, right? We're morally obligated to provide, protect, and secure.
Because I want to make sure I chime in on this.
But listen, so we're talking about biology. In our fucking, excuse my language, sweetheart. In our blood, she's tuned out. So in our blood, in our DNA, we're programmed to provide, to protect, and secure. So yes, it's
But
going
they're
to
not
naturally
doing
build up.
it
No,
now.
we're not talking about boys. We're talking about men.
Where are they?
Okay, so these niggas on the couch, they got a titty complex. They can't be men. Because they beat on women and they they're marginalized by women's success. So that's not what we're talking about today. We gotta be able to be a man, provide, protect, and secure, and also protect a woman's endeavors.
Okay, you know about to go.
Hold on, listen, hold on, wait. Today's woman wants to be that thing. So in order for you to abide by divine order, which a woman has to be a man's helpmate, a man has to be a man's support group because he has to also hold on. Today,
Fred, this is where it all comes down to.
You want to cut me off, but I'm not finished.
Come on, you know why? You know why?
I'm talking about the man I'm referring to. The man I'm referring to is not a 50-50 guy. He's a 100 guy. So he's going to pay all the bills. You're not gonna have to work unless you.
But he's fictional,
right? No, he's not fictional.
He's fictional.
That's what I do, and that's what my brother does.
He's fictional.
Okay, so I came from a household where okay, so I'm sorry, mine is different. I came from a household where my stepdad paid all the motherfucking bills. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so that goes.
Okay,
back
so
to
listen. This is what I know. So listen, I know I also grew up with a bunch of friends and associates who didn't have that. Probably 70 or 80% of them. So if the dating pool got pissed in it, I apologize, but it didn't come from my household. You understand? Because what we couldn't do is say thank you, stepfather, for giving us allowance. You didn't say thank you, stepfather, for making us work like slaves. Because he'll tell us, don't thank me.
But here's
I'm
the
supposed
thing,
to do this.
in that same sentence, right? In that same sentence that you just said, and I'm just playing the wonderful mediator here. Okay. In that same sentence that you said, we're talking about men. Let's talk about women. Okay, because I'm a grown woman. Now, not everyone has grown to have those blessings of a household. You are a blessed man, blessed. You went through things, you've seen things, you learned things. Not everyone has that, which is why, again, the village needs to come back into play. Because, see, this is the problem. Too many men are sitting in the corner talking about this, but the men in the streets don't have a you. You understand what I'm saying? There's not a you that's going to be sitting here. There's not a stepfather like how you had. You had certain influences. Not everyone has that. So sometimes you got to understand some men, the first thing they're going to do is say, yes, I got to take care. But you have to understand a woman, we're not just sitting here to be your help. So we need to understand this is 2023 now. And I understand what you were raised on, and I understand your values and the fundamentals of it, but you still need to understand some of us didn't have that. I didn't have that daddy over here sitting here. I didn't have that somebody to call to, someone to reach out to. So yes, if I were to get this money, you have to understand as a woman, my children are my legacy. Daddy. My children are my heirs, my heiresses. So when I invest into them, it's all in, like she said, a mindset. Because at the end of the day, where you put your money is one thing. But what's done with that money for real is a whole nother subject. So you can say, yeah, I'm going to go take care of my family. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Okay, you done sat there and paid these bills. Cool. She burns down the house. Well, you know what I mean? Like there's certain situations you got to understand. You can't just, you can't base it on everything's something where everyone came in a situation like you. You have to think of the men that's been broken. The ones that's been messed up.
I have something to say to that, right? Because I would rather have my own dad. I didn't have my own dad. Right.
Still a blessing.
And then number two, that man was never there. He was always working. So I didn't have access. When he was there, he was making us do thousands of fucking push-ups and shit. Okay, that's when he was there. Pull-ups and all that fuck shit. Punching the fucking heavy bag. That's what the fuck we had to do coming up. Speedball for hours at a fucking time. We had to spar and fucking do military grade shit. When he was available. Only when he was available though, because he wasn't available all the time, right? So mind you, my upbringing wasn't as sweet as everybody thought it was. It was pretty militant. But two, I'm gonna say this too. Also, what helped me was mentors. I had mentors too outside of the
There
household.
it is, the village.
So I had something. No, wait. No, not the village. The community first, because listen, before we can't have a village because other people. Listen, reason why we can't establish. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why we can't establish a village. We had a village when we procured and secured our own people. We have to get food, shelter, water, and clothing.
But let me ask you this: have you stepped out and started a village?
Control the rate in which we source ourselves. So the reason why, let me finish. We can't even begin to have a community. We can't even begin to have a community or a village if we don't have access to resources, information, as well as opportunity. Like you said earlier, information. But the opportunity without
It ain't
those
just gonna
things,
drop in your lap though.
no, you have to seek it, and sometimes seeking it takes effort and money.
I'm not
No,
arguing that's with you. not
I feel like
true.
this is a lost
Hello,
cause.
I'm
This is a
Mogul
losing
Queen.
cause.
And I'm gonna tell you
Rare
why.
Jewel,
I'm gonna tell you
nonprofit
why.
organization in the city of Camden. It's a resource,
Right.
for stores.
Say it
I
again.
started it off of nickels and dimes. As a matter of fact, I asked the community, can they collect and distribute life jackets, give them out to me, so I can basically help save one young life for free. We as a community in a village have saved over 100 lives with free life jackets. The community came together as a village for one resource.
Right.
But what resource
finish.
have you
Resource.
contributed to the community to start the village? Because I'm out here every single day building a village. And you know where I'm starting at? From preschool. Seeing the psychological effects from trauma. I'm addressing it, reconstructing and rereading the mindset, bringing them back up, seeing what's going on in family dynamics, helping the household out. Because the educational center is in the family's house. You started off the podcast saying it was in the family house. I said, I stepped up, me, a woman, and said, you know what, you're right. And that's why I said I'm starting now the initiative to hold basically community meetings where we're going to bring in the families and we're going to teach them, educate them how to be a parent, the parent that you're looking for to identify in the household, the man, the stand-up, the strong one, the one that's the provider, the protector, that. Okay, well, let's teach them how to provide, protect, and have a great education. All right, you don't want the woman to throw the man out, right? Well, we got to teach the woman how to be the woman, how to stand strong, how she could go ahead and find resources for her home, how to provide that, because at 9 times out of 10, the village that you want is in a poverty-restricted community. It's oppressed by the community up top. But if we're not breaking down those barriers and helping them out so we can go all the way up to the top together, then we're just sitting in back, just fiddling and just talking. I can't sit back and talk. I have my children in this village, and I have other children in this village that they love to hang with. So I can't sit there and have my children hanging in this village that I really love, and they love their community, and not sit back and let them be out there looking at children, talking about murder at 5 years old, wanting to commit suicide at 5 years old, being raped, being molested at 5 years old. You know why? Because that's all signs of trauma. Increasing sexual desires come from trauma. Sexual desires is from trauma. Rapists are born from trauma. You know, like, come on, it comes down to this. Step up with the knowledge that you have and the structure you have. It may be 10 of the men that might have that same structure and that same mindset. Y'all want to stand up? You want to stand up and be a research? Be that research. You don't need no money. You just need a voice to tell these people what do you want. And I promise you they're going to listen to you because they listen to me.
Together,
okay, so
could be a dope powerhouse to
That's
really
what I
bring,
said.
like to really bring
That's
together
what I
the people.
said.
Because I hear what you want to do, and I hear exactly where you're coming from, and exactly where you're mindset, and I get it. I do. But you, there's not a million of you. There's so many opposites of that. You know what I mean? So it's gonna take people like you to get your boys together. Y'all gonna have to get together. Like my hometown, Springfield, Massachusetts. Shout out to 413. The one thing I loved about my community over there, and I was so proud of my city for doing it. They were saying the same thing you were saying. Well, this is going on, and the woman is doing this, and this, and this, and this, and she said, and there ain't no village. You know what they said? Yeah, see, we're not going to hear that. We're not going to keep speaking that into the environment. We're going to change it. So what they did was all the boys off the block came together. They all went and bought backpacks for the community. They lined up in suits, okay, in suits in front of all the schools and shook these kids' hands during the week and encouraged them, gave them an encouraging word. It takes a village but a village is made, it's built, it's brought up. You know what I mean? So if you came together and she came together and you came together with Jenny, guess what? You reach one, teach one, reach one, teach one, reach one, teach one. Shout out to Papa, God rest his soul. That was the biggest thing he always said to me. And that's really what we lack these days. Too many people are holding the energy. They're holding the information. They're holding these crab in the barrel mindsets. If all you want to do is go to war with somebody, how are you making peace?
okay, so
You know what I mean? So you have to find a common ground with somebody. You can get your boys, you and your brother, like you said, you and your brother, stand-up guys, right? Y'all take care of y'all homes. That's what you just said, right? If you and your brother got 5 more dudes to do the same thing you was doing, or to change their mindset from that hood mentality to, yo, we can create this business.
all right, shout out to Ray Wall, Arrow, incorporated just a few months ago. We are getting book bags and shit for the kids. I didn't want to say that. I don't listen.
That's what's up,
I don't
bro.
like to fucking embellish and talk about my fucking family. The first thing you motherfuckers say is I'm rich or I think I'm better than everybody. You motherfuckers have no idea what the
It's
fuck I've
not
been
that.
through.
You got caught.
Or what me and my
We're gonna
brother
take
been
a
through.
break.
So,
Hey,
I'm gonna say this. I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
say
take a
this.
break.
I'm gonna say this for everybody.
We're gonna take a
Listen,
break.
when I say these things, that we grind and work from the bottom, from scratch, from this. So
Everybody working from the bottom.
No, that's
We
what
all
I'm saying.
from the bottom. Everybody's working from the bottom.
What I'm saying to you.
That's right.
That's what you just said.
It's different from men than women.
No, when it comes to community, we all gotta play our part.
Because a man is.
And when it
That's
comes down to the
right.
All
mindset,
men- all
psychologically,
men
it's
don't
nature
listen.
versus nurture.
No, because
Where you was at?
No, because listen. Let me tell you something. Let me say this.
Because it sounds like you
I'm
trying to
saying
say
this-
women
no,
need to be
no, no,
sitting
no,
here
no, no,
catering.
no, no.
Listen, I haven't.
Let me say this. Can I say this?
No,
Can I speak?
you need to slow down for 1 second. And
Yes.
let me focus a second and read a comment from our viewer.
Yes.
Okay? Vera Jaquan Dial says, "You must speak and be light to your community."
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and she's right about that. However, it takes common interest and common purpose. And I'm gonna say this.
You gotta have an open mindset though. If you go in thinking that you are the only known fact and you are the only correct fact, you're gonna fail. Because if you talk at people instead of talking to them, you're not gonna get a result. And I know this personally from the youth, from adults to anyone. If you sit here and you're like, I don't give a fuck what you say.
Right.
But if you
Walk
say,
with me.
listen,
That's
I want to
right.
show you this. I want to show you what I'm
Maria Medina said, "Don't go to war against me. Go to war
with me. Yes.
Yes.
That's
Shout out to Best for that one.
So
Like, walk with me. You know, like I tell the little kids, walk with me. I want to walk a day in your life. What has you suicidal at 4 years old? Come on.
What we have to think about doing is somehow being agreeable. Disagreeability seems to be today's thing, especially with a
walking your truth. They going to disagree. Walking your truth. Right?
Dominated world we live in, and empowerment is a thing for women, not a thing for men, right? Empowerment
says who?
Well, I mean,
because I know the insight who puts together women empowerment.
We can't
and
even speak in turn.
Well,
in this
normally, the word empowerment was associated with women empowerment. So we would like that word to be associated with us, but we're morally obligated to be empowered. Remember, because we're men, right?
I get it.
So listen, let's say this. Let's admit to this. Every infrastructure that we see now was invented, built, and maintained by men. Yeah, there's women that help out, but that's only been about 20 or 30 years.
That one all the way along.
Right, that goes all the way back to the beginning. What I was telling you.
Let me say this. A man being able to procure and build and provide for the family is always going to be his responsibility. But can everyone take a part in that accountability?
No, they cannot. Everybody does not have the same upbringing.
So
this is what I'm trying to tell you.
So everybody can't be accountable.
Everybody got to understand and be educated to be accountable. How can you tell somebody to be accountable for something they don't know?
And they
were never taught.
Accountability is not
like in our community. Like a lot of them is coming home from jail, or they're coming home from out of the system, DC and PNP.
That's no excuse.
It ain't no excuse, but there's no educated in there. There was no mentorship. There was no rights to their community. So they were taken out of their community. So how do you want them to come back and understand that there's a thread in here that can teach them structure?
Okay, so
how do you know that?
Contradictory what you just said. You said seek and you shall find, right? You said seek.
How are they going to seek something they don't know that they need?
Individuality. So you got to be like, hey,
you think you need 1,000 push-ups a day to make it in life.
That's how
they probably don't think that exactly.
That's how I feel about myself.
Exactly. So how they might not feel the need to do none of that.
Okay, well,
they might not even feel the need to come into the community like you. You feel the need that you want to just sit back and talk about what the vision should be for the community, and we need a village. But you have not stepped out with your sword and your shield and said, you know what, I'm here.
Well, I stepped out for my sword and shield every day for my family.
But you got
for your family,
right? For my family,
you got
for your family. So then we can never relate. We can never relate. We can never relate because I'm out here every single day with 6 kids. It's my family, my personal family, but I'm out here with my family. The community is my family. Right or wrong, I'm with them.
So
I'm out here every day trying to correct every wrong and make it right.
I'm gonna say this again. The family can't efficiently operate like a village or a community if other people are in on our village.
This is
So
what
matters is us being able to control our educational system, our hospitals,
Doing that,
Right.
doing that.
Right. It's out here.
I mean,
just
I'm
your
doing
mind,
that.
Your eyes are open.
For policies and
procedures.
Federal lead on up.
Right, they like we out here.
Community, state, federal, like that's me.
She says we out.
The policies that I don't like, I'm switching them out.
Tia got me cracked.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm connecting with lawyers for free. Like they giving me lawyers to connect these policies and procedures.
Everybody,
I didn't like that policy. Take that policy down. Let's
right.
put this rare jewel law policy in.
Yeah,
This is the one that we're gonna put into effect now. We need 1,000 signatures
1,000 signatures
for federal. We on our way. We got signatures going. People understanding that this is what's needed at the time. We gotta step out. You gotta step out.
It can't be a crab in a barrel type of mind.
You gotta step out.
So what you're saying is that impact is going to cause the government to give money to the school.
Make sure y'all look that up. Subscribe.
So you know, the public service operates from grant money, right? They get from the government every year.
Yes.
But the thing a lot of people don't realize is that grant money is compromised because they have to make a choice every year whether the money goes to schools or whether the money goes to the police departments.
So when they make the choice of the money, who's running up there to see that the money is distributed the way
It's not either or though.
Yeah.
It's not either or.
It's not.
And then when they have extra money, they always give it to the educational setting. But see, this is the whole thing. Nobody is looking at the educational system, especially in the public school.
They're not going after
They're not, yeah.
No, you guys are giving a grant of $20,000. Why do we not have new school books? Why do we not have new computer systems? Why are the kids not?
Nobody's overlooking that as a community.
I like Winslow Township in New Jersey.
So that's what they're going to do. What they want to do.
We don't go to the meetings. We don't know what's going on.
You gotta go to those town meetings. You gotta
get a
Winslow
letter
Township
or
is
a
good
phone
for
call
that.
from the principal.
They actually
and see about your kid.
And see about your kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to see about your kid, you don't really see about the kid because at the end of the day, you don't even know what kind of kid they're going to tell you got. You might have two different kids. One at home, polite, yeah.
And your ass is wrong.
You know what I'm
your
saying?
ass is wrong when you come up there. You know you're going to be wrong. Trying to defend your kid.
No, that's not
true. Had to do something. Something had to happen.
Yes, something
so
did
you
happen.
Have to come and find
yes, something did happen.
And
but what I'm sitting there saying is, well, my whole thing is this. Do you believe that every educator is on the right path to actually educating the child and saying this is true? No. My whole thing is this.
There are some educators that put their whole heart in it, and then you got people that don't. But that's with everything. You got people who go hard and they really have it pure heart. And you got people who are doing it for a governmental check. They're doing it to go by the little, you know what I mean?
Like I've seen so many authorized like educators. Oh, they got up off the seat too early. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they just after them. You never know. Like I had a situation where the girl was actually, out loud talking suicidal, off her medication and everything. The girls that was bullying her, the staff member she was telling, that was her nieces. So she wasn't trying to get them in trouble, but I only knew that because why? I'm connected to the community. They ended up telling me like, well, she never going to report them because they related to her. And then they supposedly got stuff going on in the community, dancers and, and got stuff going on. So they try to protect them too because they don't want to identify them as bullies in the community. But the reality is that they are. So my whole thing is this. Who am I now going to stand for? The people that I know that's in this community that they got that's their dancers? Or I'm going to protect the innocence of this girl that's trying to go to school and get her education, but she doesn't have the same income that these other children have or the same privilege as the other ones have to go to. She just wants her education, which everybody's supposed to be there for. So I had to step in and say, hey, this is what's going on. Guess what? I'm going to step in as a special needs advocate that also includes mental impairment. I'm gonna write up the letter. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all fix it or we fix through the civil courts because this is a civil action lawsuit that can be handled. That's it. I don't really do too much talking. I do a lot of writing.
Sometimes
Put
people
stuff
don't have
in place.
anybody, and it's a beautiful thing when people are willing to step up sometimes and say, "Look, I'll be an advocate for this person." It's just like our elders. You know, our elders are in
And free.
nursing
And
homes.
free. Free. I've been to the nursing home. Free.
Like,
Call me. I'm there. Free. Why? Because somebody got to step up.
Somebody's got to speak. Sometimes
the
it's
chair
hard for
says,
people to
let's
speak up or
work.
they've been
Really
silent
work.
for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not used to speaking. So it does help to have advocates out there.
Shout out to my people out there too, because they all know I'm a definite advocate and / case manager for Maximus and everybody else who needs PCA and all that other shit over there.
Oh, so you know exactly what I mean when I say that.
Anyway, I want to say this. I need to say this.
What's discreet about it here? What's discreet about it?
You can't have
What you mean?
Why only some people know? Why you ain't just say shout out, or why you just didn't introduce yourself stating what you do? Why now you want to shout out what you do? Just state what you do from the beginning.
Well,
so we can know who to come to for what.
So
don't just hold some of the information for one side of the village, hold it for everybody. You want a village.
Well,
this is what we come back down to. You wanted a village.
Well, also what I can't do is I had pickleball that I'm working against.
That's fine. How they signing up?
Okay, so let me finish. I need to finish. And this is the problem. Women, y'all can be overbearing. When you're overbearing, a man don't want to be involved in that. I don't want to be involved in this whole overbearing thing. I have something to say, and I need y'all to listen. And what I have to say is, I know everybody understands that we live in a world where you get what you pay for, correct? Mm-hmm. Would you all agree with that? No? You don't get what you pay for?
Not necessarily. We pay electric bill. We get good. You pay your gas bill, but that hot water don't always be as hot as
but you get it though. You get it. They have.
I understand the point that you're trying to say.
To stop it if you can.
I get what you're saying.
Okay.
So, I'm not gonna debate. Okay. I'm just hearing you out. So
any way you slice it, the cat is still skinned the same way, right? So if you think about it, if you can't pay for better circumstances, you get the brunt of it. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I have nieces and nephews that grew up in a better school system. They swim like fish. They don't worry about driving. They're 11 years old. They swim to school, and they're learning how to pay bills, make investments. They're learning how to be adults at 11 years old. And this is what I didn't learn until my 20s. Yeah, my stepdad would tell us, yeah, you buy everything with cash. Didn't realize I was ass backwards, stepdaddy. You don't buy everything with cash. You leverage your credit and save the cash and invest it for your family.
So let me ask you this question. You have a lot of information. You have a lot of education behind you, I see. You've done a lot of research, right? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to debate with everyone, or are you going to sit down and reach somebody wholeheartedly? Because you can argue as much as you want, but I want you to literally, all this information you're giving, give it to a young boy who don't have somebody like that.
That's why it's on podcast.
Well,
that's all I'm saying is, I just more like, and it's not necessarily you, just people in general. You know what I mean?
Okay,
a lot of people have a lot of
information. I'm gonna say again. Me and my brother incorporated earlier this year. We talking about February.
Right.
Arrow. It's a mentoring program.
Nobody is targeting you.
I know,
but you're feeling attacked.
You just said me.
I said if people like you were to reach out, if men who had all this education, women who had education,
whether she's talking about me or men in general, we are working on that very thing.
Okay. So,
however,
we got someone here.
Launch 2024. Launch
we have
2024.
someone here that's willing to step up.
Well, listen, also
and give it a go.
Also, what we like to teach boys is how to earn their keep. Because my mentor says something really important. He always says the first generation creates the wealth, second generation enjoys it, third generation destroys it. So, what a lot of wealthy people are doing now, people are trying to change their families' financial direction, is they are getting the boys out there so they can earn their keep, but being able to take advantage and use their resources when they need them and for their benefit.
What about the ones that don't even give a fuck?
Well, the ones that don't give a fuck are, I guess, I hate to say it, but it's designed, the system designed a smooth rat hole for them to fall into and fail.
The system designed it?
Yeah, the system is automatically like, it's like autonomous. They're not setting it up, they already did it. So it's just like they just fall into the tracks. And then, you gotta be educated and all of that. A lot of that is self-education because the schooling costs too much and now the information is so readily available. And sometimes you might have to kill and bite for it, but the information is out there, and if you seek it, you'll get to the levels. And then one level leads you to another.
Yes, well, at this time we got a word from our sponsors. One of our sponsors.
Good morning, go-getters. So this morning we gotta have a talk, right? Because obviously, you guys forgot your worth. You forgot to stop giving a fuck. So this is my message to you today. So shout out to my boy, Nordic Wolf Custom Wood Carvings. Okay? You never realize how much of your energy you give away. And sometimes you gotta realize when it's time to stop giving a fuck. So what I want you to do is get at my boy Nordic Wolf, one of the greatest heathens I know. Because you need to get a jar of fucks to give. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. Fucks to give. I want you to get 2 jars because you're going to need one for your fucks that you have to give. And another one to be able to put your fucks you keep giving out into. So every time you put too much of yourself into someone else's nonsense, I need you to understand this. You just gave away your fucks. Why would you give away your fucks? So I want you to go get at my boy, because I'm protecting my energy, and you should be protecting your energy. Go get your jar of fucks to give, and stop giving a fuck. There's too many people collecting that energy. So when you look at your jar of fucks to give, see how there's not that many. You can't, these aren't just for everybody. Okay, he custom made, these are my fucks to give. Why should I give them to anybody? But they were custom made for me. They were custom made for me. Stop giving a fuck. Get at my boy Nordic Wolf. Get your jar of fucks to give. Stop giving away your energy so easily. Because these fucks aren't easily given. Because they damn sure ain't easily made.
Message.
Shout
out to Nordic Wolf, man. That was he's a really good crafter of wood, and when he showed me that jar, I was like, wow, you could really take this and for me, it helped me hold myself accountable on a different level. Like instead of really just engaging in every time someone wants beef, like, nah, you know what? You're not even gonna get this energy today. Like, nah. You gotta be selective with your energy and selective with the arguments that you choose to jump into. You know what I mean? So protect your energy. That was just my little thing. Do what you do to protect your energy.
That was a little Thursday. But that's a little bit to show you what kind of promos we could do for your company. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be us reciting it, but I mean, your videos, you know what I mean? We got a platform for that, we got a price list and whatnot, for sponsors. It's pretty good.
Inquiries only.
Good, you know what I mean? And that goes out onto all of our 8 platforms one time, and all the other platforms that it's going to go on after this is over, so that it can be recapped over and over again. Some of it is going on radio stations and stuff like that. Yeah. So we're back. We had a little discussion on the village and how that's coming up. But another thing that I know, so we were talking, you were saying things that you do in the community and stuff. you go around and you teach pool safety. Because every city that opened up 50 pools in every city this summer. Philly opened up a lot of pools, you know what I mean? So what are some of the things that you do for pool safety?
On August 5th, I will be actually at the Collinswood pool. It's a private pool, but there's a swim club in their private pool.
Right.
They have invited me out. This will be the second year that they have invited me out to come over there, and they have sponsored children from a school in the city of Camden. I don't want to miss the name.
Right.
They donate for them to come out, and they have a pizza party there. Then I come in and I educate. We all get in the pool and I do education. I teach them about pool safety and awareness. Why am I here doing pool safety and awareness? And so I basically go around doing presentations. And, you know, it's called submerged crisis because it's something that happens at the water, especially when you're underneath drowning. So what to do, and when you see someone drowning, what to do in the event that you feel like you're drowning. What do you do as a child around water? Did you know that you can drown in a little as a bucket of water or as large as the ocean? Did you know that a lot of drownings happen at home more frequently than in the pool or at the ocean? So it goes down like that. And then I also, of course, today revealed the book cover to the book Jewel's Special Day, which is based off of a true story of my life and the journey of having a special needs child that has a traumatic brain injury. Yes.
So what happened? I missed it.
You missed it. Because it's like literally,
be on the
because
screen
it's
now.
literally going viral through the social media platforms.
Right, let's get it.
Today I revealed the book cover, which is a picture of my daughter, my actual daughter, on the front cover. It's called Jewel's Special Day. And it's based off of my family and experience, what we experienced through the pandemic with a special needs child. And then I added bonus clips in there of pool safety. You know, one of the educational pieces is sunblock. You know, I cringe so much when I see parents poolside or oceanside, and they're literally rubbing the sunblock lotion on the child. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, I saw this. I didn't know that
The
was
reason,
the cover.
yes, the reason for the sunblock is to block your skin from getting the radiation from the sun. If you look, it takes 2 seconds to read the back. It says apply at home 30 minutes before going out into the sun. And then if it's water resistant, it still don't mean that it's really water resistant. If you're in the water for more than 2 or 3 hours, it tells you to get out, go in there, reapply it, and wait the 30 minutes, then come back out again. So that I had to put that in there. That was like number one. I had to put that in there.
I don't know that.
Yeah. So that was the first one, because I started to notice too, like a lot of children of color are starting to come up more with skin cancer. But it's like, could it be the sunblock lotion itself that may be causing it because we're not putting it on 30 minutes, like I said, before going out? So it's not doing no coverage. I just,
even if they don't use the actual sunlight, if they don't use actual sunlight, if they take African shea butter and aloe, it does the same job. I don't know that from the
and see, but my whole thing is, it was more so just saying, hey, wait, don't rub the lotion outside. Wait, you gotta read the back of the bottle.
So how many crazy looks did you get for that? Like,
I didn't tell nobody that. I put it in the book. So it's kind of like I sat back and looked. That's why I said I was cringing, because I never spoke up about it. I feel like people are entitled to do what they want to do. But I'm like, man, it's on the bottle. Like, read it. Right. I mean, like the other day, it was this little baby. She was like 18 months old. And she was in the pool, but the sun was still burning her because she was still little. And the mom was like literally spraying her.
So
While
technically, she
yeah,
just made her a
rubbing her, right. So I had to look to the side this way.
You might as well take on the screen.
All right, so
Because I couldn't take it. I
let's see this.
said that's why the book need to be released.
Yeah, that was it.
You know, because I feel like if they're reading the book, I don't have to tell them. Like I don't have to
Most
judge
people will
them.
probably be shocked to know. Like
I
that's
don't
something
like
that a lot of
judging people, so I don't want to go ahead and like tell you, hey.
Yeah, you don't want to offend.
And then how about if I say, did you not read the back of the bottle? And then they don't know how to read. Then I'm like, oh man. So I left it alone.
All right.
You know, so I really think about stuff like that. Like I don't want to approach somebody and then they don't understand.
I'd be dead.
All right, so I want to come from a racial bias standpoint, but I want to say this. We have, so the upper layer of our skin is a melanite material. Is actually neuromelanin. And neuromelanin needs vitamin D. This is why we need vitamin D. And the best source of vitamin D comes from the sun. If you're using sunblock, you're prohibiting your skin from getting the most of the vitamin D. But I'm gonna say this: sometimes the sun can be a little harsh, right? And that's because whatever's going on up there, whatever. But anyway, we naturally need that sun. Now our skin, we get a little darker, and that's because your skin is being filled with ultraviolet light. That's melanin's food, right? It's like almost like photosynthesis. So you can actually survive off of sunlight. Like you can take a lot of sun and not even eat a meal because you've got enough vitamin D, which is also nourishing. You can get like nutrients and all that from the sun, just like regular food.
It's just like everything, too much of anything is bad for you.
Well,
and it also is with the SPF.
Any
like
of it.
30, 20, 50. How much you want?
I don't want to sound like biased again racially, but you know, that's for a certain group of people. It's not really for.
Well, you like statistics.
I don't like statistics. I like biology too.
Okay, so we're gonna do the statistics versus biology.
Yeah.
The realistic here is that of course, you can see on the screen that my daughter is special needs. Biologically, she is a child that holds that, what you say, right? But she's also special needs. It takes a lot of medication, so I have to block her skin from the sun. But also, we go down to SPF, the 20, the 30, the 50. We can still get a little bit of sun, but not too much sun. But then statistically, if you look at it, like I said before, a lot of children are starting to come up with skin cancer. Why? If they're not using no sunblock, because of what you say right there, a lot of parents don't even of children of color don't even use sunblock on them. Like like the darker they are, the more they feel like they don't need the sunblock.
We have to make sure we have to do our research and figure out was that linked to overexposure to sun or underexposure. And that's what we have to figure out.
It's true.
The skin cancer, because we can't just write it off and say, okay, skin cancer it's got to come from the sun or overexposure of it.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying let's just use our knowledge and me understanding that she can't have too much sun exposure to her skin. I use sunblock. And then also she's always have to be lotion down too. So I'm just using what I have in education. Yeah, can I take her outside with no sunblock? Sure, you can take anybody outside with no sunblock. But what I was getting at was that if you're going to use sunblock, be educated on it. Understand that you need to use it 30 minutes before because maybe that might be the link to the skin cancer. That, you're giving yourself skin cancer by applying it that is not even applied right.
I mean,
just like anything.
I wasn't even go there, but that's how
we just rub it on.
Yes, like you can put baby oil on, like Vaseline. Vaseline is the number one household product used, especially of people of color. We go down to Vaseline every single time.
I was beating around the bush. That's
you fry yourself outside with that.
I was really going to say that. After you said that, I was going to say, yeah, so that means don't use it. But anyway, here's what I'm saying. We didn't create the fucking shit. I want to be nice.
That's true.
We didn't create it. So if we didn't create it, it's not for us. It's not for us. If it's not by us, it can't possibly be for us. So what I'm trying to tell
everything
is,
don't fit everybody.
No, but our habitat is the equator. We are sourced from the hottest and most intense part of the world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
at some point.
because of our diets and our environment, it's going to make us think we need sunblock. And I'm here to tell you that we don't. That's all. If you want to use it, that's fine.
Fred done gone legit on us.
Yeah. I'm not
Fred
here
done
to
went
say
legit.
Fred done went legit on us.
Also, like I put in 10 things that you should know before you go to any open water play. That's basically what it comes down to. I added them in there for the parents that want to be educated or I feel like should educate themselves. Some parents need to know. Like some parents love education. They love educating their children. Like teaching your child, like her. Do she know, like she see water or she knows that she's going to the water. Let's just say you're staying at a hotel. Teach her to have a buddy system. Don't go by yourself.
Yeah, that's law.
Yeah, but you know, some parents don't.
Go together and you leave
some
together.
Some parents don't know, like,
Right.
talk their kids that.
A lot of times, sometimes the parents weren't even
because the parents will be like, oh, those kids don't even leave my side anyway. They know not to go nowhere without me. Are you sure?
Right.
Well,
wrong candy bar.
Active parenting, that means following your kid every time you turn. All it takes is for you to turn your back on the one. And the fact that corrective parent is that every single engagement when your child is talking or doing is a chance to correct their behavior. And that's what people ain't doing. And the thing is, and we take it even deeper, biologically, we get from our women, our mothers, our aunts, especially boys, our hormones. We get oxytocin and dopamine. That makes us fucking happy. But what we get from a man, when a man says sit the fuck down, is adrenaline. This is why we need the word from our fathers. This is why our daughters listen to their mothers say, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. But you know what confirms that that gesture? Is dad saying, yes, baby, you are beautiful. However, this, that, and the third.
No.
Because it's the adrenaline that drives the structure and discipline. It's the adrenaline, that fight or flight hormone that makes you bound to listen. And that's why, I always say,
Fred, it ain't got nothing to do with no woman or a man. It's got to do with the human makeup, the genetics of who we are. Some have more oxytocin, some have more dopamine. Some have less adrenaline, some have more adrenaline, some have education, no education. I wish you stopped saying and being biased of it being man and woman. That definitely was biased because you're sitting there saying in the middle of it all woman and man. But if we're gonna go to biology, let's just go with the human makeup.
But it's about duality though. It's not about individuality, it's about duality.
Okay, well let's duality it and say that this is what it goes with. Well, why it gotta be with something that you just say this?
Because it needs to be
love is gotta come out of everybody.
No, not love.
Why not?
Because love, it comes and goes.
The adrenaline you were just giving was kind of like harsh. The mother said beautiful, and you said, you know what, you're right, baby, but this is the reality of it. Like, dang, you just broke her down before she even believed she was beautiful. That was out of control.
So
that was out of control.
No, it wasn't. So
you got to get it,
me making acknowledgments. So my acknowledgement.
I'm scared.
That's the third time he said my acknowledgement.
I'm scared. That's definitely a adjustment of trauma. Well, my dad said I was beautiful, but I had to fix my hair a certain way because that's not. I know, but that's kind of like you should have said that. That's not wrong. But that's kind of like what you would have told her. No. You're beautiful, baby, but that's
what you think I would have told her, but you're a woman, you're not a man.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't think like a man. You can't say
I don't want to be a man. Believe me, you.
Well,
believe me, you.
This is so heated.
I
just want y'all to know fire is getting comfortable. I'm going to go toe-to-toe with Frank. You know why? Because he has a strong mindset.
For the average woman,
and then I got to go on his mindset to understand some stuff so he can
For the average woman, you shouldn't want to be a man. One of the most famous feminists ever tried to be a man for a year, and she killed herself because she realized how hard it was for a man to exist in this world, right? So for the average woman,
Who was that woman? Tell me who was that woman.
I can't remember.
You gotta remember her, because you remember that much about her. You gotta remember her name.
All right,
Google her.
Let me look at the girl now.
Please, because I need to research this.
I feel like Johnny Mac and shit like that.
Because Sojourner Truth, you can say she was operating like a nigga, because you want to say niggas and mans and stuff like that, and she made it through.
All right, so
She made it through. She was shooting, busting guns, everything.
Google
She ain't
Nora.
die.
Google Nora Vincent. That's her name. Her name is Nora Vincent. Nora Vincent is one of the pillars of the feminist
Never heard of
movement.
her.
Okay, never. I know you never heard of her. Of course, you wouldn't know.
Never heard of that man.
Right? I ain't really heard of her either, but I heard her name once or twice. Right? So,
All right, we got to get out of that. We got to get into this. Go ahead.
okay, so let's get into something else. So it's almost like I'm trying to present a point, and then the debate turns into a hostile exchange of words from the other side.
No.
It's almost like
It's just that my voice
like,
carries a sound, and I need to make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying. So I'm making sure that you're hearing my sound as a woman from a man. That's it. But if you feel intimidated by it, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Let me lower down, because I don't want to be too much authority over a man that's in the room.
Well, intimidation ain't the same as being overwhelmed by being outnumbered by 3 women.
We're not outnumbered.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a man, a strong stand-up man.
Maybe I'm not outnumbered. So it's just one of me here. This is one of me here, and I'm in a room.
Johnny Mac.
You holding it down, though.
I'm at a room exchanging. Hold up. I'm at a room exchanging perspectives from 3 other women. So the fast lane.
And we get it.
Listen, hold on. The fast lane to resolution is difference in perspective. So here I am in a room speaking from a man's point of view with 3 women.
Ain't nobody talking but me and you.
Okay.
So if you want to say I'm 3 women, that's
So
fine.
you're speaking for yourself. You're not speaking for the other 2 women in the room.
No, 'cause she said what she had to say. She said hers down. She taking selfies over there. Jenny about to go on commercial break.
Right.
And me and you finishing the subject. That's
So
it.
you named 2 other she's. I ain't
You
got.
don't want me to get on the man.
Yeah,
because I'm not doing it.
Commercial.
But
So I'm
okay,
gonna say
so
again,
we
guys,
talked about
It takes a
younger.
balance of both parties helping, because without balance, there's always going to be chaos.
Yes, that goes into being healthy.
So,
Thank you for it.
So, we started giving balance to our children, before they could even crawl, stuff like that. So that's where that comes in. But I want to talk a little bit about the young and the middle-aged adults that have depression. The studies are showing that they face a greater risk later in life of having dementia. What do you think about that?
It's true.
It says the study.
tough luck for them.
Huh?
Tough luck for them.
What do you mean tough luck?
Not for the women, but for the men. For the men who suffer from depression, fuck you. Because
I wonder where he at that nobody cares about what he goes through, because
no.
everything is FM.
I'm gonna say this.
Hey, I know a lot of women that pick up men. I don't know what he's talking about.
There's nobody that can tell you how to marginalize or process you except you. Can't nobody tell you how you should feel, what you should do with your life, dude, for only you. You're a man. If you can't figure it out, that's fucking tough.
I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna let him say what he wants to say.
But listen,
I could debate that one too.
You have a mind of your own. You should be able to work out your own disparities in your own mind and heart. I don't understand it. I just don't understand depression. I just don't understand it.
Javira said she's done with you. He said, my friend, you sound like you need healing.
I'm gonna keep on working hard every day. So I don't.
And then again, let me see. Let's see what Vera said.
You need healing like a woman.
They're saying that the shit is real up in here.
Yeah.
Virgin Quinone Dial said,
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God.
I gotta speak.
Lord.
Come on. She says, as a child, they think differently. When you say doubting words, it places confusion that will never speak on and will push on to the next generation. Watch your words. They can cut or encourage. That's
I agree.
referring back
To the child state that
where
you're
you
beautiful.
said, yeah, to that state.
I've had someone say that to me. I can tell you it really messed me up. I've had someone look at me, well, you know, you're really beautiful, but you have to understand, because you're a man, you have to now understand that little kids, not even girls or boys, just little children, period, are emotional beings. Whether you want to accept it or not, I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to make this statement and it'll be. This can really break a person. I've had someone give me that butt. That butt makes me it made me second guess myself. It made me question who I was. Like, what do you mean, like, butt? Why can't I just be beautiful? Why can't you just say you're beautiful?
And you're right. So
you know what I mean?
Maybe
you're
I should,
beautiful and intelligent.
Maybe I shouldn't say it, but
that's my
no, right. You're absolutely right. So you said butt because butt means you're this. However,
right.
No, but I'm gonna say this. I got a daughter. My daughter's 23 years old. And working for her. She's fucking doing well. She's doing fucking absolutely well for herself, and she hasn't made herself a number box, which means like she hasn't put herself in the realm of being a statistic, like fucking having children before marriage, because we all did it. We all baby mamas and baby daddies. We're not proud of it. We have to be our own. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And I can say it because I'm a fucking career baby daddy, right? I'm a career baby daddy, but it was ass backwards. It was ass backwards. I should have married the woman. Yeah, I was committed. Yeah, duty was more important than love. But I wasn't equally yoked with a woman. He felt the same way. She was all in love, and your love comes in and love speeds out. Without commitment, without discipline, and without duty being important in a relationship, it'll never work long term.
I think that in everything, it has to be a balance. It can't be everything falling on one person. And I think that's really where the generational curses honestly came. Is instead of people working together, they work against each other. And we need more unity. Instead of it being, well, you're the man, so you need to be paying all these bills, and you need to do that, and I'm the girl, so I'm going to be sitting here barefoot and cute.
They go all the way back to the
hear me out.
Right? That's how we started off.
I would not want my son to make a female that he cares about feel like she's not good enough to make money. And this is my personal opinion, okay? My thing is this. I'm not going to be with someone who's going to tell me that my place is in the kitchen in the house. My thing is this. I make money, you make money, we make money. You love the kids, I love the kids. You know what I mean? It should be, it really needs to be more of a healthy mindset and conversation. I watch so much.
What's going on? What we want for this household?
And like the way you said it, fuck that you feel. I hate that men feel that it is bad to feel.
Shut up.
Men should not be afraid to have feelings. Men should not be afraid to express their feelings. They shouldn't be. You shouldn't sit here and suppress that. And I love the fact that my girls, shout out to the Insight, every month, every couple of months, they always do something for men empowerment. So yes, I do feel that men do need to be encouraged, because men hold so much anger, feeling like they gotta be this macho man, they gotta be this provider. You can break down sometimes. I want you to know that you can lean on me too. I want you to know that, yeah, I'm here for you too. I want you to know if your pocket's gonna broke, I got it. That's you know, I feel like it's a equal balance. When you put it in a certain space, I feel like it's like you trying to throw me back in the 60s.
I know that's how you feel.
I'm not gonna say nobody's kitchen.
I know that's how you feel.
Not because I'm a woman. I married a woman and divorced
so
one.
Are you a woman or are you a man?
I am me.
Okay.
Why? But why?
No,
because I'm a man.
No.
So because a man is only supposed to provide, so a man can't cry.
Okay, so let me ask you: do you have a dick? Yes or no?
Why does that have to be the reason?
Disagree.
We definitely gonna disagree.
Okay, so because you don't have a dick, you don't understand that it's a man's responsibility to be that. You can't have feelings. Because having feelings is just what you think. It's just your perception of how a man should be, right? But how does that benefit us?
But you're saying that you're giving that perspective. What you
how does that benefit a man by having all these feelings?
But see, here's the thing. When you're emotionless, this is where you deal with a lot of barriers. You're gonna keep hitting the wall where no one wants to be. You want people to want to come to you and talk to you, right? Would you like, if you do mentorship, right? You talk at people instead of talking to. You're saying you can be emotional. A guy can be
I
emotional.
want to say this, right? I want to put my
I
input
wish my son was
as
there.
a
He can't
woman,
cry.
a full woman, because I feel people are saying this.
It's
One thing. This is what I want to say is one thing, right? As a full woman that's out here in the community, wanting that village, I have went all the way to all my research, and you know what I did? I started picking men up that were coming out of the jail system. How can I rehabilitate you, restore you to come back? A lot of times they're not getting that from the man. The next man is out here already saying, you know what? Let's bring you back. Let's rehabilitate you. No, they're not doing that. It's taking a woman like me to say, meet them at the gate. Hey, you gotta love yourself. You gotta do this.
Shout out to the men.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me help you do a resume. Let me help you go to this job, get this job. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, because a man is a man, no matter where they at, they only need guidance in one way, and then they'll take from there. You know how many men now that I know that have did 7, 10 years, back to back, gave a lot of time. So one thing that I did differently, they have been out of that place in that environment now for over 2 years.
You made an impact.
Consistent. Right? Yes, as a woman.
Right.
So you can't discriminate all women because there's some women out here that's uplifting the men to be men and reconstructing that part.
We need a video or something.
I have video, but I'm sorry.
We got song what you playing, Jenny.
I don't know, but I know somebody stepped up to help them.
But if you know the numbers, that 83% of
easy
men
on there.
in prison, 100% come from single mothers. What do you think people listen to you before they listen to you? They're not used to listening to them.
If 83% of them came from a single mother, then what happened to the 83% of the men that left the home? What happened? Where they was at?
I said 83%.
I know.
No.
So where's the other percentage at?
Can we get to this beautiful?
It's 83% of the men in prison.
Exactly.
But that 83% comes from nearly 100% of single mothers.
And that don't make you angry that is 100% of single mothers out here with their children incarcerated?
Of course, that's not me saying it's their fault because it's all systems. These are all systems, right?
What made them go into the system though? What's inside a single parent home that made them go into the system?
The struggle, poverty.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
But
so that makes the man go out and do something wrong to jeopardize his family, like to be taken out of there.
That makes the man
because he does know right from wrong. Does he or does he not? No, first answer my question.
Right wrong don't got shit to do with it because
so
what
in
matters.
order for me to feed you, I just go out and do what the fuck I want to do.
9 times out of 10, that's exactly what it is.
Before we play that, we're gonna get into this video.
If my family needs, I get it any way I can get it, right? It's probably not a whole lot of intellect in that whole process or thought, but just the fact that I want to get out and family.
This is
everybody get down! Get it on the set.
This is the man.
A would-be robbery doesn't go quite as planned when a suspect storms into a nail salon demanding money, but no one reacts to his threats.
He's not earning his keep.
He's not
earning his keep.
Security video shows what happened on July 2nd in Atlanta, Georgia, when a suspect walked into the Nail First salon. The man calls for everyone to get down and hand over all their money.
Everybody get down! Give me all the money! It's got the money! Give me all the money!
But instead of giving up their valuables, customers and employees don't react at all. The salon's owner even answers a phone call rather than interact with the suspect.
They're not paying the food online. And
one woman does react, though. Video shows her stand up and put her hands out. The suspect then snatches up her cell phone.
Something, I this, I that, I this. It's not all about
Everybody give me everything.
As the woman
So
steps
why?
outside, the suspect screams for the others to
Well,
hand
that's
over their
your
money.
preference. That's your preference.
But this is happening in our
95% of the
community.
men that have a preference.
But the
let
customers
us women
still
struggle
refuse
with
to
our
react
goddamn
or give
kids.
up their
And that's why
belongings.
we are the way we are.
Defeated, the suspect appears
So if you was in
stunned
this
before
situation,
turning around
are
and
you
walking
gonna
out
go
the
ahead and
shop.
get on your phone, or you gonna
We
get up
don't
and be
go
that
out
man?
and rob nobody. We work.
What we gonna do, Fred? You gonna be in this situation right here? You gonna just be on your phone like how
They ain't
everybody else
paying
is?
no mind. You
Video
still
shows the suspect pass by the woman whose phone was just
That's gonna be
stolen
hard to be
before
a single
she
mother to raise
re-enters
a
the
son.
salon.
You know, by herself.
Because he's from the village.
Officials say the suspect drove off in a silver-colored sedan. Right now, authorities are still searching for him. Anyone with more
It's not
information
normal,
has to
but look how
contact
they
Atlanta Crime
normalize
Stoppers.
the
Reporting
situation
for
by
Law Crime
not,
Network, I'm
like,
Sierra
not
Gillespie.
paying them no mind.
Right.
Okay, so there was a
The normalized would have been,
Developing tonight, a Bucks County man is behind bars for his alleged involvement.
I felt like meeting somebody who had it coming in the same game I was in was justified.
All right, and guys, this is it. This is it. Okay, we're gonna do something because our viewers has been very, very special to us. They've been
Shout out to all the
good.
viewers. There's a lot
Shout
of
out.
comments
They
over
are
there.
in there. They're saying niggas not wanting to work, like really work. They want to go back to the conversation. We video and how about old boy who hit that woman and he lost his life for fucking with
That motherfucker deserved
somebody's
it.
mom.
Number one, that motherfucker.
You know,
piece of shit
and it's
deserved
like
it.
she said the commercial is a distraction from the facts. Yeah, because it was getting a little heated. So this is my podcast. I'm gonna let you know right now. And when I feel it's time for a commercial break, that's what we gonna do. Because if you had a business and you was one of our sponsors, you would like to see the commercial break. But you know what? You don't have to say stuff like that because sometimes it's not good to say things all the time just because you feel that way. I got another commercial for you. Okay? Check this one out.
Hi, we're the Intruders. One of our biggest hits. I'll always love my mama. We all love our mama and our family member who need help. Thanks to Inspire Home Care, my cousin knows I love her too. When I'm on the road, I can perform knowing my cousin is being cared for in the comfort of her own home by an Inspire caregiver. Call Inspire Home Care today for you or your loved one because we all love our mama.
That's cool.
That was a fast commercial.
It's
I blinked, right? I was about to just get into it.
No, it was fast. I was
I apologize, yo.
Shout out to the Intruders.
Nah, I saw that one before.
Listen, okay, I want to say one thing right here and right now. We're all grown in this room, okay? We need y'all to talk one at a time. Everybody is talking over people. Okay, listen, stop talking. Okay? Wait until I say you can talk. I'll point at you.
Told you we can't do that.
No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding because I'm trying to get this out. What I'm saying is,
All right, come on.
the audience are interested in what we're saying. You know what I mean? But we don't need nobody coming at everybody like that, you know, because it's not great. I mean, everybody's here. We agree to disagree and stuff like that. But, you know, let's just do the show the way it's supposed to be done.
Okay, what's that right there that you writing?
This right here is something that was submitted earlier today, and it has things to do with depression and health and stuff, and the mind of things that what people gotta say, you know. So Katrina is saying you gotta say what you feel, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm trying to take control, but they're all talking over each other, and I can't hear nothing, and I'm getting uninterested. That's what's happening. So if you can't hear nothing, we're not here to fight. You know, we're here to make it interesting, but it's getting deep, and we don't want to do that. Okay. So this was sent in to me, and this is from a person who is taking steps to get better in, you know, their life. So there just came, in the middle of whatever's going on. So you guys have to determine with me. So it says, when I wrote my 4th step inventory, I carried a notebook around with me day and night. I didn't want to leave anything out. I discovered my first defect, obsession. I was still writing 15 minutes before I shared my 5th step. As I took this step and read my words out loud, some of my patterns became clear for the first time. My behavior paralleled that of an alcoholic. The only difference was that I did it sober, insane, but sober. I saw how much I blamed other people for the events in my life, how I took everything personally, and how my reactions to the alcoholic were based on my fears. I expected to feel differently the next day, but nothing much happened except that I felt very tired and a little fragile. But change had begun. As time went by, when I found myself in situations similar to those I had described in my 4th, some things that had bothered me terribly no longer mattered. That's when I knew I'd begun change. And today's reminder is I am learning the nature of my nature through the 12 steps. I trust that I will uncover what I need to know for now and leave the rest for another time. I am worth learning about. When we take step 5, we demonstrate a willingness to change. That was submitted. So, what do you guys feel from that? As a person taking steps at a time, they felt that they are a little bit fragile because they found themselves, in different situations, but they were the only ones that were accountable for them.
Sounds like a guy to me.
Huh?
Sounds like a guy.
Why does everything have to be separated into sex and stuff?
Because
and this was submitted by a female who's taking a 12-step program.
So, and I'm proud of her because accountability is always one of the things that, because me and my brothers, we all been accountability partners and we were taught and raised to be accountable for each other. But they didn't, I always wondered why my stepfather and my mom didn't have my sisters have that same accountability. But I understood as I got older that men are responsible for accountability. Men are responsible for accountability because, we're responsible. We have how can I say this? The moral obligation to build and destroy. So I guess accountability is one of those things, but I just think that we all should be more accountable.
All should be more accountable, or should men be more accountable than women? Because you separate every situation, everything we say into men and women.
Well, I do that because we've come to a point where transhumanism blurs the line of what it is to be a man and what it is to be a woman. We've come to an age where transhumanism tells my son he can be a girl and my daughter she can be a boy. And that's why I have to make sure everybody knows duality works with one half taking the best of what they do naturally and the other half taking the best of what they do naturally and bringing that together to work as a team.
Yeah, I understand that, but just because a man chooses a partner as another man, or not even a man, same sex chooses the same sex as a partner, does not make their sex change.
Not saying that's productive either, because that's not how we continue our conversation.
Well, I'm not saying
because that implies
I'm not putting a label, good or bad, on it.
Well, it implies population collapse, so I can't really say I back that either.
I didn't say I backed anything. I didn't say that. I just said it didn't change their
a man lying with another man. That's the whole thing that defeats our existence. You know what I mean? It doesn't allow us to continue populating. We need to be with a woman.
Some of them make good fathers. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, holds the family down. Good structure. Yeah.
So it creates a generation. So it creates a generation of homosexuals too. That never get that.
I'm just saying. It's like that. The family is. See this dress she got on?
I don't know if I've been happy to grow up in a household with two dads. So I got both my dads. One of my dad is essentially a woman because he's feminine, and then his other dad is the man. But they're both. I don't understand this shit. But okay, these are my dads. That I'm glad I didn't grow up in that type of environment.
Well, see, that's the way you're looking at it. Because you think that you walk in the house with two men, and this one acts more feminine than this one. Automatically say, oh, well, he's the woman. Tell me who's the top and who's the bottom. How about worrying about that?
So
instead of who's the man and who's the woman.
Okay, so also what I'm more concerned about is how do we protect ourselves if we were to engage in war? Because that's a caveat of demilitarization.
It's more gay men. It's more gay men in the military than straight.
When males can't be men. It can't be masculine and protect the village that you were just talking about earlier.
Are you saying that if a person is homosexual, that they are less of a man?
No, what I'm saying is that's a caveat of demilitarization. It's making the men weak. Am I right or wrong? For the most part,
I'm gonna have to leave
or no?
That situation.
So it's not making the men weak.
My uncle, and I'm gonna say this statement in the most loving, respectful way. My uncle has been gay for many years. He is one of the strongest, most toughest, most structured men I've ever known. But my thing is that you're saying that you're talking down about a community
that is very strong.
I just don't. I can't agree with that. I'm sorry, I can't agree.
That is very strong.
And I respect you because you have your right to your opinions, and but I respectfully
I just gotta disagree with anything I say.
No, it's not that.
I'm not disagreeing with anything I say. Listen,
I haven't agreed or disagreed.
I'm a man of virtue. I'm a man of virtue, so I only deal in truth. So everything I've been saying in here, the panel
is your truth. That's the difference that we try to give you. That's
my truth.
Your truth.
Not true.
There we go.
I'm a man, so I'm only speaking for men. I'm not speaking for boys. I'm not speaking to be, gender neutral and all of that. So
we gotta tell people
respect to women, but women have their perception, and as a man, I have my perspective.
It's gift card time. We're going to give away a gift card, guys. Make sure, I know you're in the comments, but we didn't tell you. But today's word is health. Are you healthy? Whether, Katrina, listen, whether you're healthy or not, mentally, physically, the word is health. Just give us a little statement. Say, I'm healthy. My health is okay. Anything that you got to say about health, and with that, we're going to spin the wheel and see who wins the gift card today. All right? Maybe some of y'all laugh. I'm not sure. But that's what we're doing. So we got gift cards. All right. It's Thirsty Thursday. We got Mogul Queen in the building. Fred going legit. And we got Fire Nation Flames in here. We got the baby coming.
You trying to stick up for us, guys?
You're trying to stick up for us, yes.
Trying to stick up for us.
I know your mind is healthy, Mindy. That's right. Let us know. What's healthy about you today? Okay? Let us know. We coming in for a landing, y'all.
While we waiting for the viewers and understanding, I just want to reiterate and go back to the beginning that it all starts. The health and wellness all starts with the mind itself. How it is composed, how it decomposes, how it restructures, and how it views the world is where it starts at. Now, we we all, no man or woman, all have different views. You can be 1 in 5 men. 1 in 5 men can all have different mindsets. You can be 1 in 5 women. Y'all all can have different mindsets, whether it's genetics or psychological. You still can have different mindsets. But what it comes down to, it really being is the mindset of who you want to be. What do you want for yourself? If you want to talk about accountability, accountability comes with what you want for yourself. Do you want to be loved? And you give love. If you want a community, you give to your community. If you want a family, you got to understand that the person next to you has to want the same thing as you. Or not, you're going to go wrong every single time. You're going to go into a debate. How this happened? Because now we all sitting here with different mindsets, and we all had a debate. She saw from different, and then she is in a different community. And then shout out to Springfield, Massachusetts, because they invited me out there, and I went out there and I launched Rare Jewel out there as well. Very inviting community. And what I say that is because her community is very inviting. Our community is not very inviting. In fact, it's divided down, even down to north, south, east, and Pollock, whatever you want to call it. So, and when you go down, that's how you can say, oh, that person's from east. You can tell that person's from downtown. But it's the mindset. So it all comes down to it, and it takes communication, effective communication. And I believe that if we have effective communication, we can break down barriers, because if I'm effectively communicating with a child to understand what is going on in their mindset and they're open to it, they're going to tell you exactly what's going on. They're not going to sugarcoat it. Then us as adults should not sugarcoat it either, and not be able to really withstand what's going to come with it. It's better to start at the beginning than realize it at the end. If you notice that this woman after the conversation is not for you, remove yourself. Don't keep on engaging and then have the sexual encounters and then create, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all never talk about marriage. She might have wanted marriage, but she never communicated that. Or you might have never wanted marriage, you never communicated. And then now the household is broken from the beginning. That household is broken from the beginning because it was no communication of the foundation. That was broke down. Understand what I'm saying? Like me, personal experience, I myself had that communication, effective communication with my ex-husband. That even though, you know, we realized that I didn't need child support. I didn't need the government to get involved with the child support because I am the mother. So if he doesn't come through as a man, as a father, then I have to step in and do what I have to do as a mother. But I didn't go ahead and go down there to the system and run down there. So it comes with the mindset. I knew what I was getting involved with because I had effective communication. I knew this man may not come through for me. I still decided to have a baby with this man.
Even more than that, let me say this. But you also understood and knew that you couldn't put him in a situation.
Yeah, but it's more so not even a debate right now, just reiterating things to make it seem like to understand that it comes down to communication.
No, ask her why. Don't tell her what she did.
I'm going to tell her what she did because I have to say this because
ask her why did she do that?
Let me talk. Let me say what the hell I want to say.
Go ahead, say it. Watch this.
You didn't put him on child support because you know that would make his life harder.
That ain't why she didn't do it. Ask her why. Don't tell her why.
Because, okay, so.
Is that why you did it?
I already explained why.
You understood if you put him on child support, the state will take and he won't be able to make a means for you or the child. That's why. That's why you don't put them on child support.
But I didn't say, but I said I already knew that this man might have not been capable to help me take care of the child in the first place. So I knew having a child, I basically was responsible.
She held herself accountable for her part in her role. That's what she's saying. And as she didn't do the child support,
so you didn't do child support in hopes that he didn't get locked up and he would come through for you.
No, it wasn't.
That's what Red is saying.
But it wasn't that case.
That's what I'm saying. I said ask her instead of telling her. That's the whole problem with people today. They tell people how they feel. You just did. You spoke for her. When I was
I was more speaking on like I didn't communicate with that with him. So if I didn't communicate with him that if he fails to be a father, then I would put him on child support, and why put him on child support?
Because
You
I
chose to
said,
say,
They were
"God,
made-
told
Right.
No, I laid down.
but
I
that's
knew
not why
what the
she's telling
situation
I didn't put
was.
that in contract.
So, yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
She didn't expect him to come through at all, ever. From the gate, she said.
I did not.
I think,
So what would
I
y'all
think it's
support?
cool
That ain't
that
why
your
she didn't
mindset
knock him
was
up.
to hold yourself to that standard. You know, the fact that
He
you
wasn't
were
gonna
able
do
to
shit, ever.
look at yourself, like rather than point a
Understand
finger
that?
and blame somebody, you looked at yourself and said, "Look, when I laid down, I knew what it was."
I didn't write that in the contract.
Right.
Right.
This is kind of all right. I can sit here and point this finger at him, or I can stand up and do what I got to do because at the end of the day, I laid down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you held yourself accountable. So, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that mindset to look at themselves.
Right.
Before, well, my grandmother, and I love my grandmother, she always said it, if you point a finger, remember, you got three pointing back at yourself. So when you point the blame at someone, when you go to talk to somebody and everything, remember that you have to still reflect on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that that's dope. Like you said, you didn't go after him. You didn't go to the government. You didn't go to these places. You said, yo, no talk. I did this stuff. Yeah, he put it in and yup, he did all that. Yeah, that's it. But you laid there, you allowed it, you sat sick 9 months and let it brew. So you knew when this baby was on the way, you knew the consequences of these actions and you held yourself accountable rather than go and look to the government. And then at the same time, you're still reaching out and helping other kids, which I think is dope. I commend you for that, because that's a really good thing. A lot of these kids don't have someone to look up to. And it's really cool that even if, no matter how it is, it's a diverse amount of mentors. Kids, men, women, elders even, they all need, just sometimes you just need someone to give you a little bit more insight.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you have to have an open mind to gain knowledge. A closed mind will never be able to get knowledge. And you have to be able to have that mindset to know, sometimes you got to be like, hold on, let me listen first.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother always said, you got two eyes, 2 ears, and one mouth for a reason. And if you utilize it properly, you wouldn't have so many issues. But sometimes people speak so quick, they don't think. And if you are too busy thinking on a one-track mind, you're never going to understand the universe. No one person is the same. So you have to understand where a person is coming from, where a person is generated from. My background and your background can be different, but we have similar ideas. So you might be coming from a place of pain. And if I took a minute to just listen to you and say, hold up, babe, I don't want that for you. Because maybe when my words came out, they might have came out the wrong way. Because maybe you dealt with something in your past that I haven't.
Right.
So you took those words differently because the way they came to you back in the day, it made it hit you differently. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that we do have this podcast. I love the fact that we are sitting here because people need to realize it's okay to sit and not agree.
Mm-hmm.
It is okay to debate. But in the end of the day, I hear what you said and I understood a lot of what you said. But I also understand your environment was different from my environment.
And
because
I
listened to it, I understand where a lot of his mindset is. You are very strong and you're very strong-minded. You are extremely strong-minded. But y'all both have the same purpose, just different ways. You know what I mean? Like y'all both want the community to grow. You both want to see children grow and flourish and know how to play their roles and their positions in life. This, unfortunately, is the curse that we all as a people are dealing with. There's so many things being blocked off from us. So yeah, we do need more people to step up. Like you said, you have your company that stepped up. Your company stepped up to give out knowledge. There's not a lot of people. We need more of that. We need
I'm
more.
gonna say this because I never told nobody. And I'm gonna say this because before I even say this, I'm gonna say this because and I'm gonna deal with this whole because I'm anti-transhumanism. Most women process their feelings through pain and trauma. Men don't do that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Any of y'all watch your uncle shoot his brother-in-law when he was a kid?
Did I what?
Any one of y'all watch your
Did
uncle shoot
anybody?
your
Did you
brother-in-law?
get shot when you
Let
were
me finish. Yes, I did. I got shot when I was a fucking teenager. Can I finish, please?
Come on,
I got shot in my
you want
hand.
me to be a
Can I
witness
finish
to
this?
something?
Can I finish, please?
Come on.
Okay, I watched my uncle shoot his brother-in-law when I was a child, and I watched my fucking brother shoot our cousin when he was kids, all right? So what I'm saying is, I'm telling you that men don't fucking operate based off of their perceptions and their perspectives being through trauma and pain. We don't operate like that. So I listen, and I'm
not
gonna say
cutting
this.
you off. I just
I'm
have a
not
question.
finished. Please, I'm not finished.
I was gonna ask you what you traumatized. Did you feel?
Yes,
so
it was, but we don't.
That's all go.
But that's
all
a
go.
comment, right?
I'm
But
not cutting you off. I just want to understand. Go.
No, I'm gonna say no because I wasn't. I don't give a shit about
You
that.
weren't when
No,
you
I wasn't.
saying that.
Yeah,
that
then,
didn't
but I'm not
traumatize you?
traumatized now. I don't give a shit now. It's, you know, it happens.
Where you were at?
Everybody's good people.
Because I'm trying to understand where you're coming
My
from.
uncle and brother-in-law, they passed away, but they became friends after that. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is, sometimes as men, we can be a little bit insensitive because we don't fucking think feelings and emotions first.
Right.
And we are insensitive because with logic, there is no empathy in logic. Logic is very apathetic because we don't give a shit about what the feelings are. It's just about solving the problem. And we do apologize all men. I'm apologize for that because we don't think about the emotions involved in the decisions sometimes. Because sometimes the decisions are cut and dry, and sometimes it takes that cut and dry decision to solve the fucking problem. And I would be the first to admit that I am insensitive, but I don't mean to be that way.
Neither.
But sometimes logic don't give a shit about fucking feelings and emotions, and I apologize, but I don't know how not to be that logical.
I'll give you that one because I'm like that too. Logic and fact. It's like beating around the bush. Listen, I ain't got to hear all this bullshit because I know the facts, okay? I'm cutting you down and shutting you down, and I'm telling you what it is. All right? And then sometimes you gotta
be straight up with
But
stuff.
it's hard. It's
But
hard for people that are strong like us.
I commend you.
I'm trying to be
honestly,
more
I
sensitive.
commend you on the fact that you acknowledge within yourself.
I'm learning a lot.
You know that certain situations you are, like you said, insensitive. That's huge to say that. Like real talk. And I mean this straight from like a healthy place. You know what I mean? A lot of men don't recognize that. A lot of men don't even realize that the way they're acting is insensitive. You actually have acknowledged, like, yo, when it comes to a lot of things, yeah, I'm insensitive because I'm straight logic. You know how many people can't admit that? So I commend you on that. Like real talk, because your feelings are validated. Real talk, and it's not even a let's gang up on facts type thing. Like I said, I understood exactly where you coming from on this thing, where she was coming from, and Jen.
Well, maybe that first step should be self-awareness. Maybe
Which is the mindset. Now we all just came right back to the head. The mindset.
Well, that's what I was trying to say from the introduction. See, we was communicating, but was there effective communication?
Oh yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is it came down to being effective communication when it came to self-awareness of who we are. It started with the mindset.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna let you in on my mind. I'm self-aware. I'm gonna let you know we gotta start with self-awareness. The communication has to be communicative and effective. We got effective when you started announcing who you were. Now she could relate to you. Now if you weren't her with some mess around, you done approached her and told her that. Now she understands, okay, I can deal with that. Or I can't deal with that. Now I gotta go or I can stay. You know what I'm saying? So now she understands that. But if I'm coming in and I'm acting a way that I'm not telling you, hey, I'm a logical thinker.
You're not
be careful with that because I'm not gonna be sensitive enough. But when you come in with, dang, you look good, you know, you look beautiful today. I'm gonna expect that every day until you be insensitive to me when my hair don't look good. You like, that didn't look like you're beautiful, but you get what I'm saying? So it comes down to this. Effective communication will solve a lot of the issues within everywhere globally, because we will all start to understand what is going on within each other. I can sit right next to Jenny. The wellness will come. We speaking healthy and wellness today, right? The wellness part about it is I know that Jenny got this going on. She tells me all the time the stuff that she got going on. I'm effective communicating with her enough that I understand that. I'm gonna be right next to you.
She might have a bad day today, but I understand that she has a bad day today because of
But then I come with certain skills that I can say when she having a bad day, I can say exactly something to basically reroute her mindset.
But that
not say that, oh, that's just how women are. Don't worry about that.
But that goes
that's how a man is supposed to be. Don't worry about that.
What you say, your accountability
mindset.
Right? That goes back to like what you just said. With you and Jenny, you you can always whatever she's down, you can catch that sign. That's exactly what Fred spoke about earlier. The accountability partner, and I think that is something that really needs to be pushed out.
Just know everybody around you should be accountability partners. Whether you in relationship or friendship, it should be accountability partner. I have a lot of them. A lot of my friends are my accountability partners.
She says communication and comprehension
is effective communication.
That's it.
Coming here like you.
Just get unsensitive. I'm gonna say this. I'm on this about my daughter, and I say but because my daughter understands she can't walk in the room and get it on her fucking duty because my daughter knows that she has the above average statistical advantage, like the average A or B list celebrity, to get any motherfucking man she wants to when she walks down the goddamn block. She's beautiful, she has a nice fucking body, and she's smart as fuck, right? But beyond her brains, she's beautiful and she's fucking very attractive. She understands she can walk into a room and get a motherfucking. She can walk into a goddamn audition and get the motherfucking part before she sings. All she gotta do is dress fucking sexy and provocative. That's already been proven by Drewski. I know y'all seen that post, right? When the girl walked in and she had titties and ass and she fucking got the part. She was talented before she got on the mic and she could have sung like a motherfucker. My daughter can sing like an asshole, right? My daughter can sing like a motherfucking absolute asshole, but she won't even have to sing because she looks the part and she understands that's not fucking how you cut the goddamn cake. And she understands that, and the reason being is she had spent 4 years with a dude, and the dude said, "Oh, you're insensitive." Because my daughter's real logical, right? So this is the dude telling my woman that she's insensitive. So it works in both ways, and sometimes, just like you were saying, sometimes you need a little bit too logical.
Trial and errors.
Trial and errors of life. I can't really account for that, but.
Oh no, that's not it. What happened? Hold on, I gotta check the Bluetooth.
Shout out to my bro Ray Wall. He's doing a bike ride along the Underground Railroad from DC to Canada.
Oh, that's dope.
Giving big tributes to Harriet Tubman and her strive to free her people.
They're on the bike.
Bondage. Yes.
That's my girl.
A bunch of guys who do well in life and drive $20,000 bicycles with no motors. That's what they're doing. They wear fucking expensive leotards and they drive for causes and purposes.
That's dope.
Okay, anybody's got the Bluetooth phone, got to turn it off. They're connected to the
here.
Hold on, we had a connection. Mine's off over here.
Bunch of rich guys change the world.
There we go.
Fire had the Bluetooth on, guys.
All right, guys. We got the Bluetooth guy. Yeah, we use Bluetooth right now. I don't even think you know that speaker. All right, come on, dog. I know, it's taking a forever. It's still not connecting.
Mine shouldn't. I was saying mine shouldn't.
I was going to say we probably didn't pick it up. Yeah. All right, guys. This is a check by my artist, Spark Easy. His life is,
Shout out to Spark Easy.
I'm trying to get this thing back.
Where do you go? I like this world. It's the life of a gangster. See me. It's the life of a gangster. Gotta fuck with it. You hear me?
I think you should work.
Fuck what you talking about, nigga, you ain't rhyme right. That bullet never left that barrel. Homie, who you tryna hype? You got them niggas full like April the 1st. You not to survive in the grave, time for shovels and dirt. Pop always told me be aware of my surroundings. Don't let the niggas take you. I can hear his heart pounding. I told him that I got him while I'm clutching on his 40, and I swear that I can't make it up. This shit a true story. All that talking tough, man, that shit is stopping boys. All these winners that I'm getting, man, is leading to my glory. And I shake and bake and keep a shooter ride boring. And I shake and bake and keep a shooter ride boring. For the niggas that's plotting on me, I got the AR stocking on me. Pull up stocking on them. Full popping on them. Cause you don't want that gun smoke. I'm youngin' like I'm gun blow. If you didn't know, now you know. I dream about the Billy, sitting in the body. I used to write my riders, now I write Maserati. Write the boy, taking up all joys. Earth, pain, God, peace, swerving. They say easy, hot dog. I'm hot. We'll knock him out the ballpark. So I knock him out the ballpark. And I take the fucking ballpark. Now listen to the car stop. I take off, that's the hard part. Your bitch, she love the hard part. So I let her hear the car talk. What do you do? And where do you go? And what do I do? When this all I know. It's the life of a gangster. It's the life of a gangster. What do you do? And where do you go? And what do I do? When this all I know. It's the life of a gangster. It's the life of a gangster. It's the life of a gangster.
Smart, easy folks. Life of a Gangster. From the album Titanium 2. Go get that everywhere. We back, y'all. Talking. That song, Spark, Life of a Gangster. He's actually not a gangster, but you know what I mean.
He's not a gangster.
I mean, he's from Philadelphia, so you know what kind of life he came from. You know what I mean? Now he's living a family life, like a real man. That's what he did. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, life changes. I mean, times change. You know, here it is. You're live on the podcast if you call on this phone. Yeah, we're here. Okay. Here ain't Andy. You coming? All right.
I always say for the rap community, for the dudes who still on gangster rap, is always life imitating art and not art imitating. Well, it's art imitating life, not life imitating art, because they ain't nobody that's talking, that's rapping, they're just doing imitating. They're not incriminating themselves. You can't fucking keep using that shit in court. That's fraud, and that's what do they call that? That's fucking entrapment. That's fucking entrapment. This is literary entrapment. That's what it is. And they shouldn't be able to fucking say what I say in my fucking music and then relate that to some random ass crime and then call me up fucking an indictment for that shit. That's bullshit. So no, I say just like her, he's not a gangster. This is a real man who works hard for his family legitimately, just like my last name says, and he's just making real entertaining music for his families.
Well, the song actually says how people are fraud, that they never really did the things that they said.
They sure the fuck did not.
So that's what the song says. And
you can tell by how he talk.
He's living
act like the rappers from TV.
A retired gangster, basically. You know what I mean? Like,
I ain't gonna say no shit. I ain't gonna
I'm just telling you.
He's a great
man.
Whatever.
I don't. Hey, listen. They can say whatever he wants to do because he already been there for the murder charge already, and he did it.
Okay, so that's all passed, and there's no damn double jeopardy on that.
There's no double jeopardy on nothing because you know the mindset tells you that sometime or another that you have to change for a better person. Okay,
Yeah.
if you want to grow up into maturity.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes maturity can play tricks on us too, because and men have it as well as women. This thing called menopause, men have it as well as women. Studies show that. So maybe not as severe as women do, but
well, I mean, there gotta be
menopause goes through.
I mean, you have menopause. Shouldn't you have menopause? I mean, I mean, menopause maybe not.
That's the plan.
Because you have menopause.
But we're gonna continue our health discussions and stuff next week, next Thursday, and every Thursday. We won't be arguing about the same things. But I'm glad y'all came in. Vera has a question. She says, do you mentor young men on how to speak in any environment? For example, potential business meetings.
I think that's one of the things I want to do, but speaking for myself, I learned that from working in finance around a bunch of white folks, and the man on the phone told me
we have to play the game.
A man told me I was saying X.
Let me roll this because we over 2 hours and I ain't gonna be able to save the damn podcast.
A rich white man told me a rich dude won't do business with me because he understands my word makes me sound black. And that's when I started working on my vocabulary.
All right, guys, we're gonna play.
Yeah, white man told me, he said, dude, you know what? Let me tell you,
I gotta share this.
Are you still being recorded? I said, no, record stop. He said, listen, you gotta stop saying X. He kept saying, let me ask you a question.
All right, we're gonna play the game. If you are here, you made a comment, make sure your comment has at least the word health in it, and we're gonna spin the wheel and we're going to see who wins this game here. Okay, give me a second. Okay, it's on the screen. We have no entries. Nobody put the word health. They put healthy. They did not put the word health. So we have no entries, and we're about to get out of here.
We said healthy. We ain't say health.
I said health.
I heard you say healthy.
I did. I said if you're healthy, tell us about your health.
Oh well, we didn't know the key word is health.
The word is health. Okay,
put
guys.
health real fast.
Huh?
Come on, let's hear something, y'all. Health is wealth because you can't spend it if your ass ain't alive to see it. So come on.
Okay, I'm gonna change it to healthy so somebody can win. Because this is crazy. Are you here? Who's here? Who's still here? Who's still here? It's nobody. They're all gone. You still here? Who's upset? Oh, Vera put health. Now she put health.
She said he seems upset.
What's going on then? All right, y'all, give me a chance because I'm redoing it because it's not happening.
Okay.
Well, either one. If they write that in one of those words. It's nobody.
Maybe because it's all on one thing, so they would have to put both together, right? Health and healthy.
Well, what about the lady that put healthy? It's not working.
No, because somebody put health and somebody put health and they're not catching either one.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not help. It's not catching.
You just say, guess it has to be all caps.
No, it don't. Why? They're watching me do it. It doesn't have to be all caps. You just have to write the word in there.
Mm.
I don't know why it's doing it. It's not doing it. So I'm trying to reset it to see if we can get you guys in here. It's not letting me draw because it's nobody, it's not showing anything. You know what? Put your email address in here and that's it. She won.
She stayed to the
she's
whole show.
listening.
I think she.
All right, we got two people in here that are here doing it right now.
I think those two, they've been watching throughout the entire show.
Three of them.
All right, I have to do it again.
They doing stuff. So you come back and answer the last. That's what's going on.
I want to do it again.
She's talking about something that she's seen, something about. But there's people at home at the dinner, cleaning in the house, trying to get the kids together for the next day.
It's not that hard. I don't know why it's... It's not showing up. I don't know why. The tool is not working today, guys. It's not working. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all want to put the names in there? Put a name in there. Pick them out, please. All right, this is what we're gonna do. It's because somebody puts a name in the hat so we can pick it out. We're gonna put your names in the hat. We got Vera and Mindy. Who else? Anybody helping? Who?
I'm not sure. It might be Michelle.
No,
it was Mindy, Katrina, and Rira.
Did she say health?
I don't know. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, well then it's Mindy and Rira.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna see. I'll go all the way back. Be fair. Okay, no more comments right now, because you're popping me back down. Give me a second. Oh, Jesus. This is a whole 2 hours I gotta look through. Y'all find something to write on? It's 3 people in here and a little girl. Did y'all find anything to write on?
Oh, you talking
there ain't no pieces.
No, it really ain't.
All the papers over there. That's what it is. The little pieces of paper with the
Yeah.
You got the pen.
Just put it in a little bucket or something and choose the damn name. Right, Vera?
VERA. And Mindy. Mindy. MINDY.
Katrina.
She ain't say healthy.
Not yet. Y'all looking to the comments. She put here, this Vera. She's already in. Yeah, y'all. We gonna give away this prize, I promise
you. Look, I got them in the
All right, she got them in the thing. Come on.
They in there.
Yeah.
You gotta pick it.
How many names you got in there? You must have a ticket.
No, she not picking.
You must have a ticket.
Let's let
You say you want me to throw some
Let
more?
the baby pick it.
Ladies.
Come on, sugar
Here
butt.
we go.
Who's the winner? Open it up.
She's super duper.
Mindy is the winner.
Mindy.
Congratulations.
Alright.
Let's go, Mindy.
Yay! Okay, Mindy. So for you saying healthy mind, body, and soul, and you also said something earlier about health. I saw it. You won. You won, Mindy. She got
Shout
the
out
health.
to Mindy, joining all the way by Texas.
Yes. So what we need you to do, Mindy, is what's her name? Mindy Williams. Yeah, you can inbox. Well, no, I can send it to her inbox. Whose friend is that? She's on your Facebook page. Okay, I'll send it to you, and then you forward it over to her.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Unless you follow me and you want to be my friend, then I can do it directly. Or I had to send it to a friend, all that stuff. All right, guys, so we got to get out of here. We got to see you guys. Okay? We got to see you guys on Tuesday. All right?
See y'all later.
Well, actually, instead of Tuesday, we're going to see you guys on Monday because we can go to Monday through Friday. You know, that don't mean everybody's going to be here. But
I like it quite the same time.
all right, here we go.
Well, I don't know.
You go
I'm
downstairs and
Thursday.
open the door for my brother. All right, guys.